Good afternoon. Today we are continuing with our unit on probability. We are doing CO41. I can determine the theoretical probability of an event. So a theoretical probability is what should happen. It's not what actually does happen, it's what should happen. So theoretical probability is what should happen when we do the experiment, when we do the flipping a coin. What should our outcome be? So experiment number 1, flipping the coin. Theoretically, if you flip a coin 50 times, you have to think to yourself, how many times would you get 25? Emily?
Well, twice.
So if I'm flipping that coin, what is the probability of getting a heads if I flip it one time? 50%, right? Because it's heads or tails. There's 2 possible outcomes. You get one of them to be heads, that's 50%. Half is 50%. So if we flip it 50 times, theoretically, how many times should we get heads? Try it again, Emily. 25.
I thought you were asking a question.
Okay, so if we flip that coin 50 times, how many times should we get heads? 50% of the time. So we should get it 25 times because that's 50%. Does that make sense? Okay, it was a little confusing. Are we all on the same page?
Yeah.
So now we need to say how many students are in our math class. We just counted it out. There are 21 present here today. So if each one of us flips a coin 50 times, how many total flips would that be? So if every person in here flips their coin 50 times, how many flips? What is our possible number of outcomes? Aiden. 1,050? So look at what our question is asking. If each person in here flips it 50 times, what math did Aiden do to find the answer? 21 students times 50. So there are 1,050 possible outcomes, right? Because that's 50 flips times our 21 people doing those 50 flips. Theoretically, how many times should heads be flipped? Priya.
525.
Say it again.
525.
How did you get that, Priya? 1,050 divided by 2 because it's only 50% of a chance of getting heads. So what we're doing in this objective is we're looking at our theoretical, and then we're looking to see is that what actually happens. So we have to figure out theoretically, we should be getting 525 heads. We're going to do the experiment, and we're going to see what we actually get. I'm not going to keep our recording going, but if you are watching this at home, you're going to be doing your tally marks. Every time you flip, you're going to flip it 50 times. Every time you get a heads, you put a tally. Every time you get a tails, you get a tally. When we do tallies, and you've got 4, to do number 5, you put it going across. That way it's easy to count them. Keep them in groups of 5. Okay, so it's easy to count up at the end how many heads you got and how many tails you got. Do you think that every person in here is going to get 25 heads and 25 tails? So we're going to see what we actually get. So I'm going to stop our recording. But in order to do this page, you're going to need the coin and you're going to need the dice. You're going to need to figure out the theoretical probability of what should happen. And then we're going to look at what actually does happen. So, if you are watching at home, we hope you are well, and we hope to see you soon.